We had two fast teams that, in a public setting, General Hamps has said can respond within hours. And I think that begs the question, why did the fast team go into Tripoli and it took them almost 24 hours to get there? 24 hours. These people operate on an N plus just a few hours, and yet it took them 24 hours. I think that begs the question. The other thing is, it's very clear that the fast team was not intended to go engage in the fight. That's not what a fast team does. It's not what they're engaged to do. It's not what they're trained to do. They go in to secure an embassy. If you want to put somebody in the fight, somebody who's going to go extract peoples who are under the gun, there are other troops and other types of assets that you would put in that. But these people are not put into place to go into Benghazi. And the CIF, the Commanders in Extremist Force, again, I begs the question. This fight started at 9:40 p.m. The general has just said it was 6-something in the morning before they were able to get out of Benghazi. It was so bad in Tripoli that they had to evacuate the embassy in Tripoli and go to another secure facility. So again, did they try to do what they were ordered to do? I think the general is absolutely right. Were they ordered to engage in the fight in Benghazi? The answer is unfortunately no. That's the question. That's the concern. General, do you have any comments about what I said? Is there anything that you would disagree with, take issue with, or want to further comment on?
No, sir, I would not.
What about the idea that the fast team's getting ready to deploy? People are dead. We're taking a fire. We're in a fight. Why did the fast team have to change clothes out of their military uniforms and into civilian clothes? Do you have any knowledge about that?
Knowledge I have. I was not directly related in, but I watched the conversation ensue in the room. It was a sensitivity to the impact potentially in
But what do you think about
in Libya.
What do you think about it?
Sir, at that point in time, someone must have thought it was a great idea to have Marines be out of uniform potentially to go in there. I like Marines in uniform and Marines to.
Why did they wear a uniform?
Pardon me, sir?
Why? Why did they wear a uniform?
Why wouldn't they?
Why do they wear a uniform?
They wear a uniform because, without saying a word, it's the visual symbol of the United States of America, the United States Marine Corps, represented for hundreds of years.
The outrage here is, we got to fight. We got Americans dying. And somebody at the State Department, it looks like, wanted them to change their clothes because they didn't want them going in there with the American flag. They didn't want them going in there wearing the American uniform. They wear them to carry ammunition, to carry weapons. They do it so they know who's on whose side. And it took them almost an hour later to get to engage because they wanted them to look better. That's the outrage. General, do you have any other personal comment? You've been in the military for more than 33 years. Why? How? Have you ever seen that happen before? We're in the fight. How does that make you feel?
I don't want to see that happen again. If Marines are our choice and they're going forward, put them. They're in uniform because they're our Marines. We have other forces that can go places that aren't wearing that uniform.
And they were going to Tripoli, correct? They weren't going to Benghazi.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
They were headed where?
They were going into Tripoli.
They weren't even going to Benghazi. That's the point. That's the point.